Hi. Hello, everyone.
Hey.
Hey, there's something I want to know. Is Ella there?
Hey, Ella, you out there?
Hey,
Raise your
I'm glad you
hands.
could join us. So today we have some fun facts about frogs. Are you ready to talk about frogs, Kristen?
I am.
All
Actually,
right.
I think that Ella asked me if we could do a video about frogs. And
Yeah.
so I think we should give her what she wants. So let's
All
talk
right.
about frogs.
All right. So we'll just talk a little bit about frogs, and maybe we'll even have a few questions during this. So pay
Oh
attention.
boy. Yeah, Ella. Make sure that you're paying attention to the interesting facts that we're talking about because we're going to have some quiz questions along the way.
So, is a frog a reptile or a mammal or amphibian?
A frog is actually an amphibian. So, amphibian means that this particular type of animal can live in water and on land. So frogs are amphibians and they spend most of their time actually in the water.
Mm. And that's funny because if somebody says a vehicle like a car or a truck or a boat or something is amphibious, that means it can go in the water and on the land, right?
Exactly. I think they actually have some duck boats.
Yeah.
Maybe we could show a little picture of a duck boat that like actually, I don't know, is that what it's called maybe? Like where it actually is like some kind of boat that you can like drive and then
Well, I've
people are
never
in
heard of
it
a
and
duck boat, but I
then
know
they
they
go
have
into the water.
things that go on land
Yeah.
and water. Yeah.
Land and water.
All right. And frogs change from when they're very small to when they're very big, don't they?
They do. They do. They go through what we call a metamorphosis. So they start out as tiny little eggs with a bunch of other eggs in a stream. And then the eggs hatch and turn into tiny tadpoles.
Yeah.
And then as time goes on, the tails get shorter and they grow arms and legs. And then they become frogs. So they go through that whole metamorphosis.
Yeah, metamorphosis is a big word, but it just means transformation, like big change. It's like what a butterfly
Exactly.
does.
Like
It's
a
a caterpillar,
caterpillar.
and then it's a butterfly. That's a metamorphosis. So that's cool.
So, Robert, you know a lot about frogs too. I mean, can you find frogs everywhere?
Almost everywhere except the really, really coldest places on Earth, like where everything's all snow and ice. You're not going to find a lot of frogs there. Uh, there are probably some frogs in the desert. I wouldn't expect to find a lot in the desert because, again, they're amphibious, But yeah, they're on just about all the continents except Antarctica.
Hmm, interesting.
Yeah.
So, I think it's time for our very first Ella quiz question.
Okay.
Don't you think?
Yeah, yeah. So
Okay. All
let's
right.
see.
Let's
What would
think of
that
a good
be?
one from what we've been talking about.
Yeah. So we can phrase the question this way. Ella, what are the two places that frogs live?
As in, what are the two places that they can live because of the fact that they're amphibians?
Yeah, so an amphibian means you live in two places. And what are those two places?
All right, Ella, what are the two places that amphibians can live? Do you think she has it?
Yeah, I think she has
Okay,
it.
all right. So, Robert, what's the answer?
Land and water.
Land and water. Okay, land and water. Ella, did you get that one? Land and water. I think you got it right. So
If you got it right, bravo. If you didn't get it right, hey, you can watch the video again.
Exactly.
And then you'll get it right.
So, Robert, what are some special abilities that frogs have?
Uh, Two abilities are this: their eyes are on top of their head, and they can look really all around pretty much. So they can see who's in back, who's in front, who's on the side, who's on that side. So their eyes look all around on top. And then something else they can do is they can open their mouth real wide, and their tongue goes out really far and really fast
Like-
to catch a bug. Yeah,
But I have a short tongue.
yeah.
So maybe we can find a picture of a frog with its tongue like reaching out to grab something.
Yeah, let's see if
What do
we
you
can do
think?
that.
I think we could probably find a picture.
Yeah.
That's a cool picture, don't you think? Excellent. So, another thing that I think is pretty cool about frogs is that they're cold blooded. So, unlike humans who are warm blooded, so our core body temperature has to stay around 98.7 degrees all the time. But for cold blooded animals like frogs, their body temperature adjusts with their surroundings. So if they're in a warm climate, they can be warmer. And if they're in a super cold climate, some frogs that live in really cold climates, over half their body can become frozen and they can still survive. So they are cold blooded and they can survive in very low temperatures.
Yeah, so that's really interesting. People are warm blooded, frogs are cold blooded. People, if they're out in the cold and if they're eating food and exercising, they're keeping their body warm. It's staying really just about the same temperature. But a frog, if the frog goes out in the cold, the frog's body gets cold.
And the frog's okay.
But the frog's okay.
The frog's okay. So you know what it's time for?
What?
It's time for Ella quiz question number 2. Oh boy. All right, Robert. All right. What's a really good question that we can ask Ella that are something about special traits of frogs?
I guess, what are two special abilities frogs have? Keep it simple. Think about like how they find their food. What are two special
So,
abilities?
Ella, what are two special abilities that help frogs catch food? Can I give her a hint?
No.
Oh, no
Because the video is a hint. Watching it a second time is a hint.
You're right. You're right. Okay, so Ella, hopefully you got it right. So, what are the two things that frogs have about them that help them catch their prey? The first one is their eyes, because their eyes can see forward, sideways, and backwards. So they can see their prey all around them. And the second thing is, Robert,
Their tongue.
their long, sticky tongue that grabs the prey, right?
Yep.
Excellent. Ella, did you get that one right? If you got that one right, that would be 2.
I think she got
That would be 2. I think she got it. We should clap for her. Good job, Ella. Good job. Okay, so let's talk about some strange types of frogs because there's so many different frogs around the world. So, Robert, what is one of your favorite strange types of frogs?
Oh, there's a big one, and it's called it starts with a G, not gigantic frog, not the jumbo frog. I think it's called the Goliath frog.
Right, the Goliath frog.
Because
Right.
Goliath was a biblical character and he was really big. So, yeah.
Big Goliath frog. So, what do you think if Goliath
Well, it's
means
not that
big?
big, by the way. It's not that big.
I know, but if Goliath means big, what do you think is a special thing about that frog?
It's a big frog.
It's a big frog. It's the biggest frog in the world. And it can be 7 pounds. And when its arms and legs are spread out, it can be 2.5 feet long. So that's like the size of a human baby. 7 pounds, 2.5 feet. You could like You could rock the Goliath frog in your arms if you wanted to.
Look,
Couldn't
if
you?
you saw it, you might be scared and run away.
You might be, but do you think the frog would like to be rocked like a baby? I think the frog would probably hop away.
Yeah.
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 All right. What's another cool frog?
I would say the glass frog.
The glass frog. What's cool about the glass frog?
The glass frog has skin and muscles that it can make clear so that when a big animal is coming by, if it doesn't want to be seen, it's like glass and you can kind of see through it.
Ooh.
And so, like a glass, you could, I guess, see
You
a
can
little
see
bit,
the glass,
but
but you can
just
basically see
don't
what's
really
underneath it.
notice it. Yeah, you just don't really notice it very much.
So if a predator was looking at a glass frog on a tree, it would probably just see like the leaves and the branches of the tree kind of underneath the frog. It wouldn't see much of the frog.
Well, we're gonna look up a picture.
All
So
right. We should show Ella a
I
picture of a
shouldn't even
glass
say
frog.
because I think
It's pretty transparent. I think it's going to
I'm
be
not sure.
pretty clear.
yeah.
But that's pretty cool. So one of the most poisonous animals in the world is actually a frog. It's called the golden poison frog.
Yeah.
And so the golden poison frog has so much poison, on its skin and inside it, that it could actually kill up to 20,000 mice or 20 people.
Yeah, that's a lot of poison.
That's a lot of poison, although it only takes like a tiny amount of the poison to kill its
that's
prey.
like a king cobra,
Yeah.
a king cobra snake. Really has a lot of venom, but it only takes a little bit of that. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but the thing is that, unless you're actually touching the golden poison frog, or if you're trying to eat it, then you're not going to get hurt. So it's not going to poison you. And they're actually in a lot of zoos. And when they're held in captivity, their diet is different. And so they lose their poisonous quality when they're held in captivity. So then they can't hurt anyone. They're just cool to look at. So that's the golden poison frog.
So I think we're getting close to the end. So
yeah, but we have to ask.
Might want to ask one more question.
Okay, the third Ella quiz question. 333. Third Ella quiz question. What is it?
What is the name of the frog that can be hard to see because you can see through the skin and muscles?
What kind of frog is that, Ella? What's the name of that frog that's almost invisible?
I think she got it.
Oh, Ella! You're so smart! Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh, she is so smart. The glass frog. The glass frog.
Glass frog. Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So that's a lot of fun facts about frogs, don't you think?
It is. It is. I like animals. I think it's really fun to talk about animals.
Me too. So we'll have to talk to Ella and we'll have to find out, first of all, how many questions did she get right? And then we'll have to ask her if there's another animal that she wants us to talk about next time.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think it would only be appropriate for us to say goodbye to Ella in frog language. What do you think?
All right.
Okay. All right. Ella, it's been great talking to you today, but we got to go. Ribbit.
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 Oh, I'm going to hop away. Wait.
Ribbit.
I got to get some space so I can hop away.
Ribbit.
Okay. Bye, Ella. I'm going to hop away.